Hi, Miles here. Welcome to Abundance Fountain. In this episode, I have a reading from Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey. It was first published in 1990. And in this reading, I'm going to be going over what Stephen is telling us about the abundance mentality. Abundance mentality. The third character trait essential to win-win is the abundance mentality. The paradigm that there is plenty out there for everybody. Most people are deeply scripted in what I call the scarcity mentality. They see life as having only so much, as though there were only one pie out there. And if someone were to get a big slice of the pie, it would mean less for everybody else. The scarcity mentality is the zero-sum paradigm of life. People with a scarcity mentality have a very difficult time sharing recognition and credit, power, or profit, even with those who help in the production. They also have a very hard time being genuinely happy for the successes of other people, even and sometimes especially members of their own family or close friends and associates. It's almost as if something is being taken away from them when someone else receives special recognition or windfall gain, or has remarkable success or achievement. Although they might verbally express happiness for others' success, inwardly they are eating their hearts out. Their sense of worth comes from being compared, and someone else's success, to some degree, means their failure. Only so many people can be A students. Only one person can be number one. To win simply means to beat. Often, people with a scarcity mentality harbor secret hopes that others might suffer misfortune. Not terrible misfortune, but acceptable misfortune that would keep them in their place. They're always comparing, always competing. They give their energies to possessing things and other people in order to increase their senses or worth. They want other people to be the way they want them to be. They often want to clone them, and they surround themselves with yes people, people who won't challenge them, people who are weaker than they are. It's difficult for people with a scarcity mentality to be members of a complementary team. They look on differences as signs of insubordination and disloyalty. The abundance mentality, on the other hand, flows out of a deep inner sense of personal worth and security. It is the paradigm that there is plenty out there and enough to spare for everybody. It results in sharing of prestige, of recognition, of profits, of decision-making. It opens possibilities, options, alternatives, and creativity. The abundance mentality takes the personal joy, satisfaction, and fulfillment of habits 1, 2, and 3 and turns it outward, appreciating the uniqueness, the inner direction, the proactive nature of others. It recognizes the unlimited possibilities for positive interactive growth and development, creating new third alternatives. Public victory does not mean victory over other people. It means success in effective interaction that brings mutually beneficial results to everyone involved. Public victory means working together, communicating together, making things happen together that even the same people couldn't make happen by working independently. And public victory is an outgrowth of the abundance mentality paradigm. A character rich in integrity, maturity, and the abundance mentality has a genuineness that goes far beyond technique or lack of it in human interaction. One thing I have found particularly helpful to win-lose people in developing a win-win character is to associate with some method or mentor who really thinks win-win. When people are deeply scripted in win-lose or other philosophies and regularly associate with others who are likewise scripted, they don't have much opportunity to see and experience the win-win philosophy in action. So I recommend reading literature, such as the inspiring biography by Anwar Sadat, In Search of Identity, and seeing movies like Chariots of Fire or plays like Les Miserables that expose you to models of win-win. But remember, if we search deeply enough within ourselves, beyond the scripting, beyond the learned attitudes and behaviors, the real validation of win-win, as well as every other correct principle, is in our own lives. Most people are a function of the social mirror, scripted by opinions, the perceptions, the paradigms of the people around them. As interdependent people, you and I come from a paradigm which includes the realization that we are part of that social mirror. We can choose to reflect back to others a clear, undistorted vision of themselves. We can affirm their proactive nature and treat them as responsible people. We can help script them as principle-centered, value-based, independent, worthwhile individuals. And with the abundance mentality, we realize that giving a positive reflection to others in no way diminishes us. It increases us because it increases the opportunities for effective interaction with other proactive people. At some time in your life, you probably had someone believe in you when you didn't believe in yourself. They scripted you. Did that make a difference in your life? What if you were a positive scripter, an affirmer of other people? When they're being directed by the social mirror to take a lower path, you inspire them toward a higher path because you believe in them. You listen to them and empathize with them. You don't absolve them of responsibility. You encourage them to be proactive. As you renew your spiritual dimension, you reinforce your personal leadership habit 2. You increase your ability to live out of your imagination and conscience instead of only your memory, to deeply understand your innermost paradigms and values, to create within yourself a center of correct principles, to define your own unique mission in life, to rescript yourself, to live your life in harmony with correct principles, and to draw upon your personal sources of strength. The rich private life you create in spiritual renewal makes tremendous deposits in your personal security account. As you renew your mental dimension, you reinforce your personal management. Habit 3. As you plan, you force your mind to recognize high-level Quadrant 2 activities, priority goals, and activities to maximize the use of your time and energy, and you organize and execute your activities around your priorities. As you become involved in continuing education, you increase your knowledge base and you increase your options. Your economic security does not lie in your job. It lies in your own power to produce, to think, to learn, to create, to adapt. That's true financial independence. It's not having wealth. It's having the power to produce wealth. It's intrinsic. The daily private victory, a minimum of 1 hour a day in renewal of the physical, spiritual, and mental dimensions, is the key to the development of the 7 habits and is completely within the circle of influence. It is the Quadrant 2 focus time necessary to integrate these habits into your life, to become principle-centered. It's also the foundation for the daily public victory. It's the source of intrinsic security you need to sharpen the saw in the social-emotional dimension. It gives you the personal strength to focus on the circle of influence in interdependent situations, to look at others through the abundance mentality paradigm, to genuinely value their differences, and to be happy for their success. It gives you the foundation to work for genuine understanding and for the synergetic win-win solutions, to practice habits 4, 5, and 6 in an interdependent reality. Okay, there we have it, the abundance mentality according to Stephen Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If you'd like to get the whole volume, you'll find a link in the description below. And of course, I'd invite you to subscribe to the channel here and do click the notification button. So when I post next, you'll get a notification right away. You can hop on and get the good news. Okay, so happy to be here for you. Looking forward to more videos with you and hoping you all the best. Take care.